So we're in Psalms, the 27th chapter, the first verse. And it says, the Most High, or Elohim, or the Most High, Wa Mashiach Yahushai, and Mashiach Yahushai, is my light and my salvation. Salvation means power and authority. Whom shall I fear? If the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushai is our light and our salvation, he said, whom shall I fear? The Most High is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? If the Most High with you, who could be against you? They could be against you all they want to, but understand this and overstand this. If the Most High is with you, he's your strength. The strength of life. The strength of your whole life. 24/7. That's why I said, so of whom shall I be afraid? 2 Timothy 1:7. If the Most High is with us, and you believe in him, that's what he told us. 2 Timothy 1 and verse 7. For the Most High has not given us the spirit of fear. See, the Most High has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power. When you see power in the Bible, that's talking about spiritual power. And of love. And the love is the keeping of the commandments. St. John 14:15. Mashiach Yahushai said, if you love me, keep my commandments. 1 John 5:3. But it's the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. You're supposed to be sad and doing what's right before the Most High. And he see everything, his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and even the secret things that we do, that you think you're doing, getting away with. You get away with nothing. Everything being written in the books. Look at 2 John, the 6th chapter. This love, because a lot of you think love mainly is talking about compassion and feelings and so forth. I love you. How you love the Most High? This is love. 2 John 6. And this is love, that we walk after his commandments. You know? We follow his rules and regulations. This is the commandment, that as ye have heard from the beginning, ye should walk in it, keeping his commandments. So 2 John, the 1st chapter, the 6th, the 7th verse says, for the Most High has not given us the spirit of fear, to be afraid, scared of something, but of power, but of spiritual power, and of love. That love is just keeping of his commandments, and of a sound mind, thinking right, being able to think right, according to, first and foremost, the scriptures. That's why, look at Isaiah 34:16. Isaiah 34:16. That's how you had that sound mind. It says, seek ye out of the book of the Most High, and read. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate. You can't match any book with the Bible. None shall want her mate. For my mouth it have commanded, and his spirit it have gathered them. You see? So you can't go wrong with knowing the Bible and what the Most High has given us, and given us the understanding of this Bible, because nothing more powerful than the truth. Name it. Nothing's more powerful than the truth. Period. In this world. So to be able to know this and to operate in it, in the truth, is so powerful. And he says nothing new under the sun. That's why it's such a high calling to know and be able to understand this Bible, precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little. It's a way of life, the real way of life. Go to Micah. Go to the book of Micah, the 7th chapter and the 8th verse. Micah 7 and 8. Micah, the 7th chapter, the 8th verse. Rejoice not against me, O mine enemy. When I fall, I shall arise. Till your judgment falleth 7 times and rises up again. When I sit in darkness, when things that I don't know about, certain things that I'm ignorant to, the Most High shall be a light unto me. You know? That's why he said, Amos, go to the book of Amos. Most High gonna be a light unto us. When we don't understand things, we don't know certain things, the Most High does this, I know, for a fact. Amos 3 and 7. It says, surely the Most High will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. You see? And the servants are the children of Israel, period. Not anyone. So, certain things, when you learn, you just got to remember. So you won't be led astray by those that are in darkness and don't really know. So from there, we're going to look at Psalm 62 and 7. Psalm 62 and 7. In the Most High is my salvation and my glory, the rock of my strength. And my refuge is in the Most High through Mashiach Yahushai, with Mashiachim. So it's going to come together. Trust in him. When? At all times. See, when you're down and you're feeling discouraged, he's telling you, trust in him. At all times. Ye people, pour out your heart, which is your mind, the way you think, before him. The Most High is a refuge for us. It's a refuge for us, the children of Israel. If you allow him to be, talk to him. Just like you run your mouth about everything else, run your mouth to him. Talk to him. Jeremiah, the 3rd chapter, verse 22. It said, return, you backsliding children. We got to return because, and why you call us backsliding? Go Hosea 5 and 15. He said, return, right? You backsliding children. That's not as harsh as cold and hardcore as he even got. Look, Hosea 5:15. He said, I will go and return to my place. Why he telling us return and calling us backsliding children? He said, I'm going to go and return to my place till, that's until, they, which are us, the children of Israel, acknowledge their offense. Till we acknowledge how we offended him. Backsliding children. And seek my face, because he hid his face from us. When he gave us over to all these different nations, and they put us in captivity after captivity after captivity. Well, I'll say we put ourselves in there by not following the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. That's why I say seek his face. He turned his back on us. Turned his face away from. And the nations know this. In their affliction, you hear that? In their affliction, they will seek me early. Oh yeah. When the Most High start bringing that wrath on us, We start crying to him then. We start pleading to him then. We start wanting deliverance then from whatever it is that's oppressing us. He knows. Going back to Jeremiah, the 3rd chapter, verse 22, it said, return, ye backsliding children. Why we got to return? Most I said, look, keep my commandments. Let me read it to you. This is what he told us. Simple as this. Deuteronomy 28:1. Simple as this. He said, and it shall come to pass, it's the future. We in the wilderness, as the 12 tribes of Israel, if, that's a condition, thou shalt hearken, listen diligently, attentively, unto the voice of the Most High, thy power, your power, as the Israelites, talking to us, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Most High, thy power, your power, will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. If we just keep his commandments. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Most High, thy power. But we, look, Daniel's 9 and 11. Daniel's 9 and 11. This is what we did. Why he's saying return? Daniel's 9, until this day. Daniel's 9 and 11. Yeah, all Israel have transgressed thy law. Broken the laws of the Most High. Right now we got a problem even saying law. We don't know law. We know mercy and grace. All Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. That's why we're in the condition we're in today, and been in the condition that we've been in. Captivity after captivity after captivity, as the Israelites. That they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse that you read about in this Bible, what the Most High say he's going to do to us, and them curses that we look at it from Deuteronomy 28, chapter, verse 15 to 68, oh yeah. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, you can read it, that applies to us. No other nation can say that happened to them, or it's happening to them. Those curses, from Deuteronomy 28, 15 to 68, oh no. That happened to us, as a people. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of the Most High, because we have sinned against him. See? We sinned against the Most High. That's why you have to really be careful in these last days, because this will be the last time you could be able to get it together. Think about that. People talking about everybody coming back through. No, you ain't coming back through everybody that makes it that's righteous. Because Mashiach Shai cleared that up. He said, you can't bring no wicked, evil people in the righteous seed that's going to make it in this kingdom. Because we're going to all be righteous. And if you blaspheme the Holy Spirit, there's no forgiving in this life and the life to come. Check that out. So that all in Romans 11:26, and so all Israel shall be saved, that all is a certain number. And we can say it all day long, every day, 24/7. Every time you hear us, we saying 1/3. And then all of a sudden now, everybody gonna be saved. No, that don't make no sense. Even within that chapter, he's saying a remnant and election. And he prayed that some of Israel might be saved. Come on, wake up, y'all. So, this is the problem that we have. Verse 9, to the Most High our power belongeth mercies and forgivenesses. That's plural, 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 plural. Over and over again. Giving us mercy, not getting something you do deserve, and forgivenesses. You understand? Though we, the children of Israel, have rebelled against him. That's something. He still gave us mercy, which means not getting something you do deserve. And he still forgave us. And we still rebelled against him. Neither have we, as the children of Israel, including Daniel, this was marvelous in the eyes of the Most High, obeyed the voice of the Most High, our power, to walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servants, the prophets. This is what we have done. So he said, all you have to do is just hear my voice and follow it. And don't be rebellious against what I'm telling you to do. I'm going to set you above all the nations of the earth. And that's what we are now. Working toward, that's what the kingdom going to be about. Encouraging you to prepare yourself and get ready and change, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Jeremiah 3:22. Return, ye backsliding children, and I will heal your backslidings. You know what he said? He gonna heal our backslidings. That's forgiveness, the ultimate forgiveness. Behold, that's why you gotta repent. Yasharala. Behold, we come unto thee, but thou art the most high power, our power. Truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills. That's why I say, come out of her, my people. The little kingdoms. And from the multitude of mountains, multitude of kingdoms, no matter where we scattered in. They're not going to teach us of the most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. Because that's who he is. What religion is teaching what I just said? The Most High is the power of Abraham. If y'all want to say God, you can say God, which is dog spelled backwards, a European invention. Mashiach called them dogs in Psalms 22:16. For dogs have compassed me, the assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. They pierced my hands and my feet. Because David's hands and feet was not pierced by nobody. That's prophesying about a Mashiach Yahushua when he would come. He look at Mark 7:24 down, he called them all dogs. But that's God spelled backwards, right? Dog, God. I mean, when you start thinking about things, you know what I mean, just open up your minds, you'll be able to see more. Ask the Most High, as I tell you, and go to James, hold that, get James 1:5. Pray to the Most High. For wisdom. James, the first chapter, the 5th verse, it says, if any of you lack wisdom, which is the proper application of knowledge, how to apply knowledge in your life, let him ask of the Most High. Pray to the Most High, that he'll give you. That giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith. You better believe in something that you can't see. Evidence of things hoped for, things that you can't see. Preparation. Nothing wavering. You can't waver. But he that wavers is like a wave of the sea. You like a wave of the sea. Driven with the wind and tossed. You got to be for sure. That's why there's a formula here that works. Now you can try it, you can apply it in your life if you want, or you don't have to. That's why many others see by their own vain opinion. They trust in their own way. When it's already here. It's just, do you want to know more, or you just want to satisfy with being in darkness? The little darkness that you're in. Even though you might be in light, we all in a little darkness, you know what I mean? But if you're in more darkness and can't see this light of solutions that's already been brought forth, then you got to look at yourself. That's why it said you got to ask the Most High for wisdom. It says, for let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Most High. if you unsure in your mind. That's why I say a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. You what they call wishy-washy. And that's how the wave is, wishy-washy, going this way, that way. You don't know which way to go. You don't know which way to go. And you can pray, and that's, somebody come up and say something to you, next thing you know, you all out of the spirit. You might as well not even pray. Remember, it's being recorded too. That's dangerous. That's serious. That's really dangerous. That's why he told you in Colossians 2 and 8. It says, beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit. A lot of times you could be spoiled. When you think about spoiled, it's like, you ever smelt milk whenever it's spoiled? Something rotten? That's spoiled. Some rotten food, it stank. Make everything stink. That's why I say, beware lest any man spoil you. Make you filthy, make nasty. Through philosophy and vain deceit, vain lies. But then some people need that to uplift themselves so they feel that they're somebody when you're already somebody. If the Most High thought enough of us to have us know His truth in these last days, He loves us. And He says, let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape and my plant be kept, for with great labor have I made it perfect, He said. And so He's trying to He called you into this. He allowed myself to do the choosing, but He gonna do the choosing under the power of the Most High. And He said, because the Most High said, I'm making Him perfect. So He's laboring to make us perfect, and He called you in this, and you fall into this trap. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, worthless lies to build you up, vain deceit, vanity. As a tradition of men, like everybody else doing whatever they're doing, and you fall prey to that, you're gonna find out what He's gonna do. He'll tell you. As a tradition of men, everybody doing this, so you got to follow suit with everybody else. After rudiments of the world, you all in the world. You know what James 4:4 says. You adulterers, daughters, and you adulteresses. Know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? If anyone be a friend of the world, is the enemy of the Most High. I mean, you at war with Him. Enmity means you at war with the Most High, and you are the enemy of the Most High. So you think you gonna call on Him? He gonna bless you? You calling Him on the Most High and Satan, calling on the devil. And many people are, because they don't really want to know. They don't really want to study. They don't want to study self-approval to the Most High, and they don't want to know this. Therefore, more power to you. Let's go back to Jeremiah 3rd chapter. Verse 23 said, truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills. Why He said in verse 18 and 4, come out of her, my people. Come out of the mindset of this world, so you don't fall into the trap of the vain deceit and the rudiments of the philosophies of the world that they have set up to have you go to hell right with them. Truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills. They're not talking about no salvation, powers, and authority to you as an Israelite, to me as an Israelite. Say, it's vain to think that salvation is hoped for from the hills and from the multitude of mountains. Truly in the Most High our power is the salvation of Israel. You hear that? Not in no man. That's why He told you in Deuteronomy 28 and 29, ain't no man gonna save you. No man shall save you. Our hope and faith is in the Most High, who gonna bring salvation to the Israelites. For shame has devoured the labor of our fathers from our youth. Shame. We just read it. They ain't keep the commandments of the Most High. So shame, being thrown in captivity after captivity after captivity. That's why you got to know what we did that was wrong, so you can be encouraged to do what's right. Otherwise, you're going to continue to do the same thing. For shame has devoured the labor of our fathers from our youth, their flocks and their herds, their sons and their daughters. Hear that? Going into captivity. And what you going to do to not allow something to happen to you in captivity? So I said shame, the things that they done to us. We lie down in our shame, and our confusion covereth us. For we have sinned against the Most High, our power. You hear that? But we have sinned and transgressed the Most High's laws, statutes, commandments against our power, the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And Jacob, our forefathers, the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. For we have sinned against the Most High, our power. We and our fathers, for our youth, from our youth, even unto this day. You hear what it said? From our youth, even unto this day. People still doing wicked things. In the truth, knowing what's happening, knowing what the Most High say He gonna do, then heard it over and over again, and still being wicked. That's why it says, we and our fathers, from our youth, even unto this day, and have not obeyed the voice of the Most High, our power. Yasharallah. It's talking to us. Jeremiah 4:1. If thou will return from being a backsliding Israelite, if thou will return, O Israel, said the Most High, return unto me. You see, he's saying return unto him. And if thou wilt put away thine abominations, put away your abominations out of my sight. I told you his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men and the secret things. Say, put away all them abominations out of his sight. He see everything. He know whenever you're doing the things that's breaking his laws, statute, commandments. It's been written in the books. And if a lot of that's written in the books against us, then you're not going to the lake of fire. I mean, excuse me, to the kingdom, but into the lake of fire. That's why it say, if thou wilt put away thine abominations out of my sight, then shalt thou not remove. Then I won't kick you out of the land, he told us. But we in Jeremiah, what happened to us? Jeremiah 17:4. And thou, Yasharallah, 12 tribes of Israel, even thyself, even ourselves, shall discontinue from thine inheritance, from our land that the Most High gave us, that I gave thee. Hear that? And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For you have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. So this is where we at. That's why we have to come back to the Most High. But you can't come back to the Most High unless you taught how to come back to the Most High and what really works with the Most High. It's here. It's all coded here. And you can pray to the Most High and say, you said this, Most High, with humility and a broken, contrite spirit. But look at Jeremiah, the 3rd chapter, verse 20. Surely as a wife treacherously departed from her husband. Hear that? A woman that departed from her husband, he called you treacherous. Oh, surely as a wife treacherously departed from her husband, so have ye dealt treacherously with me, O house of Israel, said the Most High. What a comparison. He comparing a wife treacherously departed from her husband as how we as Yasharallah, the 12 tribes of Israel, departed from him. You say our voice was heard upon the high places, weeping and supplications of the children of Israel. They crying. They were crying. But they have perverted their way. And they have forgotten the Most High, their power. See that? Perverted our way. Learn the way of the heathen. Perverted our way. And forgotten the Most High, our power. You know, it's amazing how this world have you thinking that you really have a relationship with the Most High and His only begotten Son of Mashiach Yahushua, who the world called Jesus Christ. And He's telling you, but they have perverted their way. He said, I'm the way. Mashiach Yahushua told us in St. John 14:6, I'm the way. To show you how to follow the truth, which is the laws of the Most High. That's going to lead to everlasting life. But what we do, for they have perverted their way. We perverted our way. And they have forgotten the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua, their power. Forgot about them. Forgot about them. That's why He said, return, O ye backsliding children. Backsliding. He called us a lot of names. He referred to us as a lot of different things. Here He's calling us backsliding. Instead of going forward, we going backwards. Backsliding children. And I will heal your backslidings. You see? Understand this. Go to Jeremiah the 30th chapter, if you will. He said He's going to heal our backsliding. That's why He said, look at Jeremiah 30, and we're going to look at verse 10. Therefore, fear thou not. Like you said, we didn't went over that. Only fear the Most High. Say, therefore, fear thou not, O my servant Jacob. See? Servants, like I told you, it's Israelites. Said the Most High, neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee. Hear what He said? I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return and shall be in rest. We can read about that rest in Isaiah 14, chapter, the first verse to the third verse. And be quiet. Hear that? And be quiet. And none shall make him afraid. He said, for I am with thee. It's encouraging, isn't it? He said, I am with thee, said the Most High, to save thee, to save us. Though I make a full end of all nations. Hear what He said? Though I make a full end of all nations that you see right now. Whither I have scattered thee, wherever we are scattered at is the Israelites. Yet will I not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure. Like He's doing right now. He's correcting us. It's a certain period of time that He's correcting us. And will not leave thee altogether unpunished. That's why anybody else. He didn't leave us unpunished. We His chosen people. So everybody else going to be punished for what they've done. See. That's why He said in verse 17, say, for I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds. Most High said He going to restore health in us and heal us of our wounds, said the Most High. Because they called thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, talking to us, the children of Israel, whom no man seeketh after. We don't have our banks. We have no corporations. People have multi-millions and billions of dollars. They can't even help us, their own people. Sign countries, they can't really even help us. That we could be a nation among a nation. He said, we don't need it. Most High said we're going to own all their possessions. In Obadiah 17. The 17th verse. It's only 21 verses in Obadiah, but 17th verse said we're going to own all their possessions. For thus said the Most High, behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents and have mercy on his dwelling places. And the city shall be built upon her own heap, and the palace shall remain after the manner thereof. And out of them shall proceed thanksgiving, the real thanksgiving. Not no thanks taking it, and you gonna say thank you for giving me something that you didn't really get, but you stole it. And the voice of them shall make merry, gonna be happy, y'all. And I will multiply them, say, a small one gonna bring forth 1,000 children, and they shall not be few. I will also glorify them, and they shall not be small. You're gonna be large and in charge. Man, this is beautiful. This is what I'm talking about. You ready for this? You should be. Your mind should be focusing on getting here. So look at Jeremiah 37. What is Jeremiah 37 chapter? This is encouraging. Jeremiah 37, and we're going to look at verse 39. No, Psalms 37, Salakia. I'm going to talk about Jeremiah. I know Jeremiah 37. Jeremiah is in my mind, but get Psalms 37. Guess that was so hyped in Jeremiah 30th chapter. I just want to stay there. Psalms 37 and 39. Salakia. It says, but the salvation, which is power and authority of the righteous, is of the Most High. He is their strength, and in time of trouble. You hear that? He's our strength. The Most High is our strength in time of trouble. And the Most High shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked. You hear that? He gonna deliver them from the wicked and save them because they trusted him. This is a solution right here. The Most High shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked. And you know that Job 9:24 says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He who is the wicked cover the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? You know. And the Most High shall help them in time of trouble and deliver them in time of trouble. He shall deliver them from the wicked in time of trouble and save them in time of trouble because they trust in him. Hallelujah. Yes. Look at Isaiah 31:5. How you gonna do it? How he's gonna come? How they gonna be coming? Isaiah 31:5. Isaiah 31:5. As birds flying, you know, birds fly in a V formation. You ever see birds in the sky flying? They fly in a V formation. As birds flying, I hope y'all don't try to use me putting my hands together talking about I'm dealing with some kind of cold or some old crazy madness. As birds flying, I just showed you it was a V formation. So will the Most High of hosts defend Jerusalem. You hear that? In the Mashiach Yahushua. Because he's coming back with the power of the Most High. He's going to defend the children of Israel. Defending also, he will deliver it. He's going to save us. In passing over, he will preserve it. He's going to preserve us. That sound like good news? That's why we got to turn to the Most High. and do what he say do before it's too late. Because Luke 1:68, St. Luke, the first chapter, verse 68 to 71, it says, blessed be the Most High power of Israel. You mean the Most High couldn't put in there, blessed be the Most High power of every nation, everybody? No. He said, blessed be the Most High power of Israel. That's who he is. The power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Israel. That's Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. That's why it's here saying Israel. Blessed be the Most High power of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people. This is what we're waiting on. This is encouraging. And have raised up an horn, which is a power of salvation, powers and authority for us, the children of Israel, in the house of his servant David, coming out of the tribe of Judah. Mashiach Yahushua tell you in Hebrews 7:14, for this evidence of fact that our power, Mashiach Yahushua, sprang out of Judah. Same lineage of King David. As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, who all had the power and the wisdom and the spirit of a Mashiach. As he spoke by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we, who are the Israelites, should be saved or delivered. Same meaning, from our enemies. Hear that? We got to be saved or delivered from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. Hear that? That's being saved. That's how salvation is going to come. We're going to be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us, to perform the mercy promised to our fathers, and to remember his holy covenant, remember his holy laws, and do them. Not just remember them, but we got to do them. You got to remember them first. Go back to Psalms 37 chapter. Psalms 37. Isn't that encouraging to know? More and more. Psalms 37. And we're going to look at verse 37. Mark the perfect man, and behold the upright, those that's repentant and have applied the laws of the Most High in their life. It said, mark the perfect man, and behold the upright, and have faith in him. For the end of that man is peace. Hear that? The end of that man is peace. So a lot of you are going to be rolling around with people that's going to have you going to destruction. Because they're not a perfect man. They're not trying to be perfect. Mark the perfect man and behold the upright. You said, behold, pay attention to the upright. For the end of that man is peace. Peace. But the transgressors, those that don't want to come back to the Most High's laws, statutes, commandments, and rules and regulations, want to just fake it like they are, but they're not. They lukewarm. Transgressing the Most High's laws shall be destroyed together. You hear that? That's what he said. All the sinners of my people are going to be destroyed. That say the evil by the sword. We say the evil shall not prevail over them. Paraphrase. He say, but the transgressors, those that don't want to come back to the laws of the Most High, in all these religions, dealing with, we not under the law of the Most High, we ain't got to follow what he say do. That's what you're saying. Shall be destroyed together. Yeah, you're going to be destroyed together. Thus say the Most High. The end of the wicked shall be cut off. Whew. The end of the wicked shall be cut off. Jump up to verse 35. I have seen the wicked in great power. Hear what he said? I see the wicked in great power. And spreading himself like a green bay tree. Spreading himself around the world like a green bay tree. Everywhere you look. Wicked over here, wicked over there. Everybody being westernized. Super wicked is right here. They're running the world. The earth is getting to the hand of the wicked. So who's running the world? It's sure not us. It says, I have seen the wicked in great power. You see what they're doing. Because he's ruling the kingdom of men. But he see so-called white man and all these other nations in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Yet he passed away. Yet he passed away. And lo, he was not. That's future prophecy. Yet he passed away. And lo, he was not. Yeah, I saw them looking for him. Where is he at? Where he at? But he could not be found. So he saw them, but he could not be found. So verse 34. Wait on the Most High, Yasharallah, and keep his way. Keep his way. Follow his rules and regulations. You know about that. Laws, statutes, and commandments. And he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. You hear that? He going to exalt us to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it. You hear what he said? When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it. Psalms, the 9th chapter, the 9th verse. Psalm 99. The Most High also will be a refuge for the oppressed. You know, Most High gonna be our refuge, because we the oppressed. A refuge in times of trouble. You hear that? A refuge in times of trouble. Those that's gonna really know how to operate during these trying times. You die straight of what we dealing with and having to deal with as a people. You just can't give in to what it is that the world would have you give in to, and then you end up being cast into the lake of fire. Because we got a power. Go back to Psalms 37. He's the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. I keep saying that because I want you to be able to repeat that. Because that eliminates confusion if they're not part of the 12 tribes of Israel. That's who he say he is. He say that's his name forever, memorial to all generations. He gonna be all in all. Everybody gonna bow down to him now, or they gonna bow down to him later, but you gonna bow down, point blank. Everybody. Including the angels, Mashiach, Yahushua, us, everybody. All nations, everybody. Psalms 37, 18, all praise to his glorious and holy name. The Most High knoweth the days of the upright. He know the days of the upright. Those that's keeping his laws, statutes, commandments, have repented and following the righteous way of the Most High. He knoweth the days of the upright. And their inheritance shall be forever. You hear that? The upright inheritance shall be forever. That's everlasting life. Ain't gonna be no death. Ain't gonna be no crying, no more wicked people, no more criminals. Period. Forever and ever and ever. No more tears, no more crying. So the tear duct gonna be done away with. Sadness gonna disappear. Gonna be joy. This is what it says. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time. See, we're the evil time now. Jacob's trouble. But he says, they shall not be ashamed in the evil time, And in the days of famine, they shall be satisfied. I mean, you have enough food. Because famine is going to be food shortage and catching a lot of hell, tribulation. But he's saying, they shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied. But the wicked shall perish. The wicked gonna perish. And the enemies of the Most High, that's named in Psalms, the 83rd chapter, as nations, and those of the Israelites that don't want to come back to his laws, statutes, commandments, and do what's right. Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Most High shall be as the fat of lambs. That's the part that we, as the priest, sacrifice to the Most High. The fat of the animals, the heart, the kidney, the fat, the bladder, and all that. Gonna be like the fat of lambs. They shall consume. Listen what he said. They're gonna consume this fire. And the smoke shall they consume away. He's going to do away with you. He's going to burn you up. Smoke shall they consume away. Jump up to verse 12. The wicked plotted. Why are you going to consume away? Because the wicked plotted against the just. See, the wicked always plotting against the righteous man, the righteous woman, trying to do what's right. Even if it's through somebody else. Might be somebody, because Satan get into people's minds and have them come to you. Next thing you know, if you weak-minded, they got you going their way. The wicked, this is what it says. The wicked plotted against the just and gnashes upon him with his teeth. Like you see, we've been murdered. An example, verdict is not guilty. But it's written out what happened to us. Zechariah 11:5. See, the wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy. You hear that? To cast down the poor and needy. And we always being put down. Always shapes and forms. And then everything is pretty much blamed on us. The poor and the needy. And to slay such as be of upright conversation. You hear that? And to slay, they're plotting to slay those that have an upright conversation. See, that's why I bring it once, I bring it twice, I bring it over and over again. Hopefully you hear. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe, destruction to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. We that's living on the earth and those that's out in the sea. For the devil has come down unto you. Why? Having great wrath. Why? Because he